Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I saw Emily Noel put up a video of her fantasy Sephora cart. It was a $1,000 Sephora shopping haul and all of the items that she would put in if money was not an object. And I thought that was such a cool idea that I had to do it today. So if you're interested in seeing what dream items I would be purchasing if I had $1,000 right now to blow at Sephora, then make sure to keep on watching. Please don't forget to subscribe because I upload 3 times a week, and that's going to be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see my dream shopping experience and join me, stay tuned. So I'm going to put my list right up here, so if I keep looking that way, it's because I want to make sure that I'm actually on my list. So the first item I would put in is from Fenty Beauty, and you guys are going to see, or will already see right here, what my cart looks like. It is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick. I chose the shade Goji Gang because it's like a nudie terracotta, almost like the original Fenty gloss, but in a balm form. I thought it would be so nice. I have not tried this formula. I have her matte lipsticks, I have her liquid lipsticks, I have her glosses, and this is a new formula, so I thought it would be really cool to try it out, and since I haven't yet, I did drop one of those in there first. The next 2 items actually are with Foreo. So I've been talking about my Foreo UFO 2 for a hot minute, and I'm obsessed. The 2 masks that I have are the Call It a Night and the Make Your Day. I think these are amazing. So I did drop in 2 additional masks, the Matte Maniac and the Youth Junkie. One because it's anti-aging and one because it's mattifying. I live in South Florida. It gets pretty hot here and I get pretty greasy pretty quickly. So I did want to try something that's going to keep me matte, and I did want something a little more anti-aging. I love the 2 masks I have, don't get me wrong, but I definitely did want to try a couple new ones. Also, all of these items that I'm interested in I will be linking down below, as well as the ones that I talk about. Just because every time I talk about products, people are like, can you link them? Or go slower so we can take notes. I hear you. I'm going to start linking down below a whole lot more, I promise. The next item comes from Benefit Cosmetics. When I worked in Sephora, every makeover I did, any client who came in looking for a soft, ethereal glow, I would always end up grabbing the cookie highlighter, but I never bought it, and I have no idea why. So I did drop that in because I already know I love the formula. I've worked with it on other people quite frequently, actually, and it's something that I just kept finding myself going back to. Great on the brow bone, great on the inner corner, beautiful on the skin, and it's this really pretty pinky pearlescent color that's super flattering on pretty much everybody. So the fact that I never ended up buying it is kind of a big deal because I probably spent more at Sephora when I worked there than any other time ever. The next few items are actually repurchases or shade adjustments, because you guys know, well, the first one I'm just going to be pretty clear on. The Tarte Silk Canvas, I love this primer. It's a little pricey, and mine is, I don't even know if you can see on camera. There, you can kind of see. Because it's such a light pink, it's hard to tell in the lighting. But I have all of this in the inside that is done, and I'm on the very outskirts. So I'm going to be needing a new one of these soon, and it's a pretty hefty price tag. So for $52 for a primer, I'll drop that in my fantasy cart any day. Now on to those shade adjustments. So since I moved to Florida, my skin's gotten a little bit darker because I actually go outside now, believe it or not. So I did have a few of my Holy Grail staple products. These are all products I've tried. They're formulas I already know I love, but mine no longer match me for one reason or another. So the first item, also from Fenty Beauty, is the Stalker Bronzer. Mine is in the shade Shady Biz, which I was able to use to contour today, but I did need to end up going on top of this with a bronzer because that is clearly not my shade anymore. It's not a setting powder, but it's very light for me to bronze with. So I did look into the shade Island Ting, which I think is going to be my new shade when I finally get a chance to pick up a new one. Next, going into concealer. So the 2 that I would be replacing are the Benefit Boing Cakeless and the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. I have the shade 4 in the Benefit, which I would instead be picking up 6. And I have the shade 200 in the Fenty, which I would instead be looking to get 250. Both of these are beautiful formulas. I love the way that they apply. But just to give you a little example, do you see how light that is? That's not just brightening. That is way too light for me. Next, there are 5 different foundations. The first one is going to be the Mercier Flawless Lumiere. This is so beautiful on the skin. It's super dewy, it's nice and luminous, but it's not greasy. So if you have oily skin, but you like to have a natural finish, you will love this. Super hydrating formula. I've been raving about it for years, literally years. You can go back to old videos from over a year ago and see me using this. I was the shade 1C1. Now that is way too light for me. I could probably get away with using this color as a concealer. So I would be picking this up in the shade 3C1, because maybe 2C1, I don't know. But 1C1 is definitely way too light. And then the next foundation, this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. Mine was in the shade 30CP. Another beautiful skin-like finish, another color I could use as a concealer. So I'd be picking up one darker in the same undertone, which would be 40CP. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Stays all day and all night. This is in the shade 5, which is a cool undertone. I would be picking this up in 7.5, which is more of a neutral undertone. Right now, like, I'm not as pink as I used to be. Like, I'm gonna just a little swatch for you, just so you guys can see. It is not only way too light, but it's also a little bit too pink, which I'm really excited about because I have never been anything but straight up pink. So the fact that I can now wear something a little more neutral makes me really happy. And then the next two I'm not going to go on because I've been using them for so long. Makeup Forever Fenty Beauty 200 I'd be replacing with 260. R260 I would be replacing with R330. If you are looking or in the market for a new foundation or concealer, all of these are 100% tried and true, tested, holy grail favorites of mine. Unfortunately, they just don't match me anymore, and it would be expensive for me to try and like get all of these at once because I like to mix it up. I don't like just having one foundation option, which currently I've only been able to wear the MVP from Beauty For Real or Brandon's It Cosmetics CC Cream in the shade Tan. I actually mixed the two of these today, and I do like the way it looked. It is settling into my line right up here, but I have that issue with the It Cosmetics pretty much all the time anyway. So I don't love it, but it's the only option I have, and whenever I want to go in with something else, it ends up being way too light. And now we're into like, because this is like my restock, we're into the products that I really don't need, super bougie, and definitely into. The next one actually is a replacement for my Reveille Lash Curler from Ciroc Beauty. Mine I have had for a very long time. I am out of the inserts, so mine is almost no longer functional. And since I don't believe they sell the little, these things. Let's see if I can even pull it out and not stab myself. These little insert things, since I can't buy that on its own, the whole lash curler is basically dead. So if you have a suggestion on where to pick up these little lash curler inserts, let me know, because I need a new lash curler ASAP, and I would rather just get the insert so I can use this, but I can no longer use this one. Next, also from Ciroc Beauty, is the Artistic Highlight Brush. It is a $125 highlight brush. Today I used a $1 Shop Miss A highlighter brush, and it did the job, and I'm glowing, and I think it looks beautiful. Do I need this brush? Absolutely not. Do I want a $125 highlight brush? Yes, I do. I've been raving about silk pillowcases for a very long time. They are great for your hair because they prevent breakage and irritation. They're great for your skin because, like, fabric will burn your skin. Well, not burn, but, you know, like a rug burn or some form of irritation on the skin. It's just not great for your skin. So I've really been into silk pillowcases, but when I moved, I misplaced mine, so I don't have any anymore. So 2 slip pillowcases, one for me, one for Brandon. I picked silver because my bedroom is all like gray and silver. So 2 of those, $110 a piece. Yes, it's excessive, but it's a silk pillowcase, so what did you expect? Next is from Glam Glow. It is the Super Mud Mask. I've gone through probably 5 jars of this over the course of my life. I love this. I almost said foundation. I love this mask. Great for detoxifying, great for purifying the nose, especially where you have like heavy pores. And the fact that I saw that there was a Barbie collaboration where the entire jar was pink, you guys know pink is my color, so I had to drop that into my cart. The next item is from Tarte, and I have been raving about the Tarte Knockout Treatment, which is in my bathroom. I'll put a picture up over here. I've been using it for, I say, 3 years now. I'm on like my 3rd bottle. I'm obsessed with it. And it's really great for the skin. This is a Knockout Brightening Gel Moisturizer. I did pick the mini size because I go through moisturizers a lot, and I had a lot of them, and I really enjoy trying new ones. So I picked up the mini, or correction, I put in my cart the mini. I didn't buy it. Because it is in the same line as the Knockout treatment, so I figured I would want to try other items in the line to see if I like it as much as the toner. Next, I have been raving about the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder for a very long time, and they just came out with an Airbrush Matte Bronzer inspired by the same formula, but it is different, so it sits on top of the skin. So I chose the shade Medium. I think it would be just such a beautiful bronzer. Obviously, I love the way Charlotte Tilbury does complexion, so to try out a bronzer in that same blurring, smoothing formula is just dream come true. And the last item is from Natasha Denona. You guys see that purple palette right over there? That is my Lila palette, which still obsessed with. But she came out with a bronze eyeshadow palette, and I don't need more eyeshadow. That entire shelf is eyeshadow. I have an entire box in the closet of other eyeshadow and 3 drawers of eyeshadow. I don't need more palettes. That being said, if it comes in like a subscription box or an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm, I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm trying not to buy more eyeshadow palettes because I have never, not never, but I very rarely see somebody hold up a color and I'm like, I don't have that anywhere. So I don't need it. But it's really pretty. Like, look at that palette. It is stunning. Now, I don't want to say that I went over because my basket was $1,002.98, so I went a little bit over, but okay, I'll pay the extra $3. I think it's okay. Let me know down below, what are the items you would drop into your cart if you had a $1,000 Sephora gift card to shop for yourself? Now, obviously, if somebody handed me a $1,000 Sephora gift card, I wouldn't just be buying for me, and I would be sharing the wealth with some friends and family. However, for the sake of this, if you're going to do this, tag me and let me know what you would be buying. Treat yourself, because obviously you're not actually buying this. So, if you could shop for $1,000 of Sephora product just for you, what would you get? Let me know down below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.